Hi, everyone. So I'm here to do the promised fire horse reading, and I don't know if you can hear the crows right outside cawing away. Yeah, Winifred's here. Hello, darling. All right. So I picked a few special decks, and I'm just doing a general fire horse reading for this year moving forward. So I thought I would start with the shamanic de deck, the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron-Reid and Marcella Lobos. So some cards for the fire horse here, please. I'm just finishing up the cycle of the water snake. And it was not easy to be shedding all of those different skins, I'll tell you that much. Let's see what the fire horse will bring us. Okay, whoops. Oh, we got jaguar. Very cool. Okay. And the hunter. Whoop. And the gatherer. Okay, I'm gonna pull some tarot for us as well, just 3 tarot cards. Nice. Fire energy, the Queen of Rods. And I always love this card. I love the depictions of the woman standing with her black cat. Like I have my black cat. The Queen of Rods is a wonderful card, and I'll go on more about her in a moment. Let's pick 2 more cards. Oh, lovely strength. That's more feline energy as well there. In some depictions, it's a woman inserting her hand into a lion's mouth. So, and then we've got the cat at the beginning. Hmm, really nice. I'm going to pick 1 more tarot. Oh, okay. And I'm going to finish with some plant wisdom for us from my Hedgewitch Oracle deck. We got chicory, sustain. Right. Okay, so let me see here. Jaguar. Let me look up. I'm gonna have to look up the shamanic cards. Let's see. So Jaguar 28. I like all this feline energy. The jaguar is the protector of all life in the Amazon, and in times of fear, she brings courage and certainty. Jaguar is at the top of the food chain and never becomes prey. With great stealth, she can track her mark from a distance and not be seen or heard. She moves gracefully through the jungle, relishing the abundance of the rainforest, fearless and at ease. Jaguar knows the ways beyond death and is the master of the shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, night and day. The invitation of Jaguar calls you to explore beyond the walls that confine you, to go outside your normal routine, to push your limits and boundaries. She is delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the dark places you have been reluctant to explore. Toss all caution to the wind and know that your Jaguar instinct will serve you well. Wow. Okay, so there's Jaguar. It's beautiful. Beautiful art there. Okay, and then the hunter is 27, so let's see. Hunter. Before the dawn of agriculture, we hunted in the forests to feed our kin. The hunter never takes more than what the village needs to survive, often taking only one creature, the good kill. He is a master tracker who knows which path to follow to find success. Rely on your own skills to traverse the thick forest you are in to reach your destination. You need to follow the tracks left by spirit to claim your bounty, which is already prepared and being offered to you. Do not follow the maps drawn by others, as they will not lead you true. Instead, become the map maker. Find your internal compass and use all of your senses, including your common sense. So there's a lot here already about really being connected with our intuition and our instincts and our own way forward. So let's see what the Gatherer says, and then that'll be it for the shamanic cards. I find them to be very potent. I don't pull from them very often. Here is the Gatherer. Before we cultivated grains, we collected the wild bounty of nature. The gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, and wild greens where the ordinary person sees only barren soil. The gatherer is the provider, the forager, and the gardener who collects roots and vegetables for the long winter when game is scarce. She does not hoard, trusting the bounty around her. And then it says, look at the resources you already have close at hand. This is a time of abundance. Everything around you is ripe and ready for harvest. Banish notions of scarcity that have limited your choices and colored your destiny. Pack your food for the winter and start with the low-hanging fruit that is all around you. Okay, so that's very interesting. Maybe looking around with fresh eyes and, yeah, rethinking the idea of prosperity and abundance as well. I'm getting reconnecting with our instincts and our intuition. And that very much complements our first tarot, the Queen of Swords, or I'm sorry, the Queen of Rods, the Queen of Wands. So she is very instinctual and she is very passionate too. She listens to the own fire in her body, in her belly, and in her heart, and in her mind sometimes, and makes decisions based on how she feels and what is inspiring to her. And she has good instincts. It's not from a place of rashness, it's a place of being connected with herself. So this is the energy coming forth, and she is connected to the fire signs. So that would be Leo and Aries and Sagittarius. Okay. And then we got strength, which is a real complement to some of the cards that here in the shamanic deck that talked about our instincts and coming from a higher place of self, and that would be the true path forward rather than copying others. This is like mastering our fears, coming from a high place. The idea of the woman, usually this is shown as a woman putting her hand in the lion's mouth, and that kind of is symbolic of her mastering her lower animal self and moving into her higher self. It's also like healing, like heart healing, healing old wounds, becoming a more integrated version of self. And we can see this man here. He is looking pretty solid. He's a solid warrior, and he's been through a lot, and he has the wisdom that brings. So, thinking of strength in those terms and thinking of self-mastery as well. So many of these cards now have talked about self-mastery and connecting inward, and then from there going outward. So the next card I pulled was the 10 of Rods. And so it looks the 10s are always a completion, and it looks like probably some of us will be leaving our burdens behind. We may be carrying them to some sort of finish line, and then we will put them down and have a fresh start. So unburdening ourselves of old things. We've reached a sort of finish line, and now we can put them down and begin anew. And then we got another card about reaching into the heart and then projecting outward. The Knight of Cups is a really good example of this very thing. It's a very soulful card. It always brings to mind the Arthurian legends for me, and that search for the the Grail. The Grail, again, that quest for the higher self. And so this really is a theme that is indicated through the whole reading so far. Um, and again, it's what I always ask when I see a cup. What is in your cups? Is that what you want to be drinking? Is your cup empty? What would you like to fill your cup with? What would you like to, you know, um, give to others from your cup when your cup is full enough to share? So these are all questions that have to do also with the heart, with emotions, with our soul. It's a very soulful energy, and he is acting on this understanding, on this realization, and he is moving forward. You can see him moving forward with the wing on his helmet kind of directing him. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is a building, rebuilding something new. This often is a card of like the craftsmanship, the craftsperson being hired to build something new. And again, it is kind of soulful, using one's gifts to build something beautiful and solid and new. So, making some of these things real, this emotional, soulful realization, this knowing of self becoming real, and also this very passionate woman creating, out of her desires and then making it real. So, but probably this would be easier if we put some of this down, some of the outdated things that we've been carrying around that may be weighing us down. So, and then I finish up, we got chicory, sustain. So I thought I would read about chicory in the Hedgewitch book for us. Get my glasses back on. Got a lady cat right here, holding down the space with all this feline energy. So chicory. Let's see here. And the idea of sustain, the concept of abundance has come up a few times with the hunter and the gatherer, and then the chicory. So let's see what this says. Sustain. Chicory is an example of how one organism can sustain others. Animals eat it, people eat it in difficult times. So I like to think of it in relation to a person's role in a community. You may not always have the best skill set, the right answer, or resources to share, but we can all contribute and support those around us. Sometimes that just means being there in a difficult moment, listening, moving furniture, or holding space for others. Do what you can to sustain others, and you will find others will do the same for you. The Six of Pentacles in a tarot deck, so it's connected to the Six of Pentacles, speaks to charity, community giving, and the need to sustain one another. You may find yourself on the giving or receiving end of this equation, so try to handle each position with grace. Interesting. So it talks about the value of this plant as a drink for humans and animals. The oracle property sustained speaks to the usefulness and availability of chicory during difficult times. So I think it looks like it's sort of keeping us and taking care of other people too as our world changes this year. It's definitely already going through many changes, and keeping ourselves well nourished because we have a lot of internal and external work to do this year. And looking after ourselves from the inside out, as well as connecting with ourselves, creates a lot of abundance and successful results. And I thought it'd be cool to read the animal medicine too for horse in my special medicine cards that I love. So I marked the page for horse, and the element for the horse is fire. So that's again fast moving, inspiration, passionate, creative. If fire is out of balance, it can also be destructive. So again, like that encourages us to remain balanced, to be well nourished, to be centered as we go through this very quick moving energy that's very different than 2025, is my understanding. So I here's the horse card. And I thought I would read a little bit of the horse medicine for us as we think about the energy of the fire horse and how we can best use it. Let's see here. There's a whole story. Um, in understanding the power of horse, you may see how to strive for a balanced medicine shield. So again, there's that idea of the balance and the inside bringing the inside out. True power is wisdom found in remembering your total journey. Wisdom comes from remembering pathways you have walked in another person's moccasins. Compassion, caring, teaching, loving, and sharing your gifts, talents, and abilities are the gateways to power. And that they just mentioned the six of coins, which is typically one person giving money to someone else. And then the three of coins is being honored for your talents. So, and here they're talking about it again. Um, Sharing your gifts, talents, and abilities are gateways to power. So, there's a whole story about the horse and the connection of the horse with people and civilization. Um, Stealing horses is stealing power was a statement made frequently in historical Native America and a reference to the esteemed role which horse played in the native cultures. Horse is physical power and unearthly power. In shamanic practices through the world, horse enables shamans to fly through the air and reach heaven. I've always felt that about horses. I was a total horse girl, and to this day, I love horses. They're magnificent creatures. And I like how it says here that we owe an incalculable debt to horse and to the new medicine it brought. It would be a long walk to see one's brother or sister if horse had not welcomed the two-legged rider upon its back. Today we measure the capacity of engines with the term horsepower, a reminder of the days when horse was an honored and highly prized partner with humanity. So that gives you some idea. And then the little poem says, mighty horse, power to run across the open plains or to bring the vision of the shields dancing in purple dream rain. Well, that is beautiful. Dancing in purple dream rain. And that brings me back again to that Knight of Cups cards, where he could very well be asking himself, what is purple dream rain? And what does that mean to him? He's doing a lot of dreaming here and a lot of soulful kind of, you know, introspection. And then he's going to move forward and act on it in some way. And so the energy of horse is very forward moving, but I think it makes sense. Like when I took horse riding lessons as a girl, we always started every lesson with, is your saddle on right? Is everything cinched well and good and tight? And I think that's kind of what the cards are saying, like getting right with yourself, checking in with yourself. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you eating well? Because we're about to get on a fast-moving horse and we have new work to do, very different work. We're going to be putting down old things, picking up new things, and let's get centered. And then we can work with this forward-moving instinctual energy mixed with also that fire, that inspirational fire energy. But first, I think getting solid within ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and putting down things that might be too heavy to bring with us on the back of the fire horse, and then moving forward consciously and from a place of a higher self. So that's kind of what I'm getting out of these cards. I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any questions or feedback on this very interesting card pull, which really wasn't what I was expecting it to say, let me know. And very interesting how the idea of sustenance and abundance kept coming up too. So something else to think about, and I was just thinking recently about how a lot of the people in my life are my forms of abundance. What does abundance mean? It isn't just money. So maybe getting really clear on what abundance means to you as well in this year, and as well as the idea of exchanges between you and other people, and what are your gifts, that you have to give. And inspiration is such a big theme. and I think we'll be better able to dream about the purple rain and um, get in touch with our instincts and our higher selves if we put down the older things that we've carried to this point, some things we need to put down. And then we'll be better suited to move forward on our journeys. And I'm pretty sure this knight is he's got a horse that he'll be riding forward on. So, like all of us, I'm wishing everyone good luck with this fire horse season. And I hope that was helpful in some way and inspiring. And I love to hear how it all works out. So please leave a comment and let me know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.